All right, fam, and good evening to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to Night Moves. Be here every night with you here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, moving forward here with our late night vibe, and want to interact with you in the chat as well. It's going to be a late night groove, if you will, here on Night Moves. We'll go over all the lines for the next day, and I'll give some picks as well. And well, what we'll do also here is not only give maybe not just a side or a total, maybe that's what you're familiar with me, but we have some great features now over at Tony'sPicks.com, and my goal is to bring you some extra props. We have packages over at Tony'sPicks.com with our new props format. It's really good. There's a lot of options in there. I'm attracted by it, if you know what I mean. So I can give those the once over. I've played a couple of packages out for the subscribers already here since we got it rolling over the weekend, and I'll show it to you as we go along. One of the other features we'll have here on the show is to take a look at what's going on every day over at Tony'sPicks.com, highlight some of my favorite handicappers, and you know what? We might even get some of them on the air here on the show, those that are staying up late with me here on the West Coast, and maybe we'll even rustle some out of bed on the East Coast as well. So, hey, I want to hear from you in the chat during our show tonight, but it's going to be a standard Ramon Scott format. We're going to go down the games for tomorrow, give a pick out, give some trends, maybe not as wordy as some of my other shows. We just want to get you in and out with a pick or two and let you know what's going on over at our website, Tony'sPicks.com, where we have a team of dedicated handicappers every day bringing you their best picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. You could go there to our website and take a look at the best handicappers. And hey, I'll feature one of my favorite guys right now. How about my nephew, Justin McKelvey, with a nice day yesterday. He had a couple of winners here. See his groove here in the last 7 days, 3-1 in the WNBA. I know those guys got it going on strong over there on the 2-3 zone. So proud of those guys for all the viewership they've amassed this season. They deserved it. They worked hard to bring you the picks. And hey, it's paying off for Justin. He's brought you some winners here in the playoffs. And man, are we ready to go in the WNBA on Tuesday? How about the NFL? Justin's off to a 6-4 run, and he's picked some underdogs in baseball. What did he do last night? 2-0. He had my Padres. How about my Padres? Get it done in 11 innings. I might give a chance to give Tony the business here on the channel. Dodgers got their worst team in 10 years, and we still can't pass them up, but we did get the win there. And hey, Justin had the Detroit Lions in that game against the Ravens last night. What a game for the Lions, huh? What a night for the defense. And the Lions put all the doubts aside about their coordinator business, right? With the offense that they ran out there was pretty decent. The time management skills were terrible. They should have not even been threatened here. It felt like there by the Ravens, but Ravens 1-2 right now. What's going on there? So great job there by Justin. You can go over to Tony'sPicks.com, take a look at all of our handicappers and our features, including those new prop bets. So check it out. You got Rod over here, hot over the last 7 days, up 7 units. Sean's looking pretty good too. They're up in 6 3/4 units. And check out the leaders over at Tony'sPicks.com and our latest bets as well. Sean's ready to go tomorrow with his baseball moneymaker. Rod's got his Tackle the Bookie Tuesday going. David Racy up there with his Tuesday MLB base hit, and the guys are ready to go for the action here Tuesday, and I'll be covering what we're covering over at Tony's Picks every day, trying to let you know what we have as far as all of our plays are concerned over on the website. So it's Tony's centric, if you know what you mean. Jocelyn says, get to it, Ramon. Who you got tomorrow? Enough of the round robin here about what we're doing on our new show. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me here on Night Moves, your daily look at the day's plays here for the action here on Tuesday. Let me get you to the action here right now. And again, your participation, if you've been with me on some of the shows, I've been here at Tony's for, it seems like forever, at least 4 or 5 years. And your picks are welcome in the chat. You can tell me who you like on our games here every day. So let's get to it and take a look at the action here in the major leagues. Mix in a lot of talk here about the playoffs, but we'll go over every game here, and I'm not throwing shade on the Tampa Bay Rays here, but they're pretty much done here at this point. They'd have to win every game. I think they might have actually gotten knocked out there yesterday. We're down the last week of the season. Tampa Bay here with Pepio going on the mound. He's up against Dean Kramer here in this one. It's been a pretty good season for both these hurlers here right now. And, you coming into this one, you got Pepio, 11-11 record, a 1.16 whip, 220 batting average against. For Dean Kramer here, he's 10-10. 12-16 are the Orioles with Kramer on the mound. He's also 11-14 to the under. You have Kramer coming in, a 4.39 ERA, 1.25 whip coming in, and 294 BABIP coming in. For Tampa Bay, they've lost 5 of their last 16 games and dropped 4 of their last 5 on the road. Baltimore's gone under in 5 straight, including I think it's 10 straight at home. It might be 11, it might be 12 right now, but all these games in Baltimore right now going under. They're not producing a whole heck of a lot of runs, and Tampa has gone over in 4 of their last 6. I kind of want to play the under here, but I want to talk some props too. I think Chris Morel here of Tampa Bay, I'm going to take him for at least a couple of hits here. Give me Morel over 1.5 hits. I'll juice it up here a little bit with Morel tonight for the Rays. All right, and I think I like that. I like that under, though. It might be on my premium list, if you know what I mean. Again, Baltimore, man, is just a constant under here down the stretch for sure. All right, next up, Pirates taking on the Reds here. You got Johan Oviedo going here on the bump up against Brady Singer right now. Oviedo, pretty good start since he's returned. It looks like the Oviedo we want to see with the Bucks. 7 starts, 2-0 record, 3.52 ERA, and a 189 batting average against. For Singer here, 30 starts, 14-10 record, 8-19 to the under as Singer this season. 3.86 ERA, 2.81 the BABIP. Singer, good numbers for sure. Oviedo comes in here looking pretty strong as well. For Pittsburgh, they've dropped 12 of their last 15 games. Reds have won 5 straight, 6 straight at home as they're trying here right now. These Reds, what a race we're having here. Some excitement in the National League wild card chase. It does look like the Padres are going to play the Cubs, so don't worry yet, Tony. But we're really seeing the battle here for that last wild card spot between the Reds and the Mets. So it's huge here for the Reds for sure. But Oviedo's proved a pretty tough cookie. But Reds coming in on this winning streak. I'm going to take another prop here, another prop guy in this one with Ke'Bryan Hayes. And I'm going to take Hayes to go over in his runs, hits, and RBIs here in this one. But man, some good games on this card tomorrow. All right. Thank you in the comments as well. And Forgiato Rob, nice to see you in the chat. This is what I'm looking for. If you've been with me here on Tony's Picks before or see some of my other shows, I love to engage with the chat. It's really all about you. I'm not going to be here if we don't get anybody viewing or anybody commenting. With all due respect to Tony and everybody giving me a great opportunity to do a live show with you such as this, and you'll see these kind of comments here, picking the Reds. Thank you, Forgiato Rob. Forgiato Rob. I think I got it right. So give me a prop here with Ke'Bryan Hayes in this one. But I tell you what, the Reds, this is a big, important game for sure. Sounds like these guys can deal here tomorrow. All right, next up, Detroit taking on Cleveland here. Tariq Skubal on the mound. He's up against Gavin Williams. Man, there's a playoff feel here right now in some of these games, if you know what I mean. Look at this matchup. Skubal, great season, of course, best pitcher in the American League. Still, come on, 13-5, 21-9 are the Tigers with Skubal. It's no joke, 2.23 ERA. You know, as well as he pitches, Skubal's not an automatic under. In fact, just 13-14 to the under in his decisions this season. 0.88 WHIP. The numbers are, you know, the numbers for Gavin Williams. He's the guy you want to look for, though. I think in this game against this Detroit lineup, you know, Detroit's problems that we've been, you know, suffering along with them here as it feels like they're going to squander this playoff position. That's what makes this game so important right now. You have Cleveland tied with Houston for that number 3 spot, but also Cleveland is just one game behind Detroit. And Detroit's problems run a lot deeper than just the on-field collapse here. Stories, you know, coming out all over the weekend about bad things in that Detroit organization, vice presidents being fired, some misogyny going on, just a lot of BS that you don't want to have to deal with. And it's must be running over right now because it's been an utter collapse for the Tigers. You don't want to see it, but they've lost 6 in a row and 9 of their last 10 right now and going south. But maybe Skubal can pick them up here in a very important game. They need a desperate streak here of they can't go 500 here. It feels like with this much pressure from the Guardians, from the Astros. It's funny, the 3 teams are going to shake it out. Texas, Kansas City, Tampa, like I said, they're all gone. It's coming down to these teams here right now here. Detroit 4-8 in their last 12 games against Cleveland. Skubal's going to be a favorite here, but Williams has some pretty awesome numbers against Detroit. I mean, he pitches just as well against Detroit as Skubal does against the Guardians here. You figure it's going to probably come down to a bit of a pitcher's duel with these two today, and given some of these numbers anyway, for Williams here, he's faced this expected lineup, 75 at-bats, 10 hits allowed for a 133 batting average and a 30 strikeouts. So real strong numbers here for for Williams here against Skubal. So these guys are going to deal. I'm going to go under here in the first 5 for sure, probably full game as well. But you got to expect, even with as low as a number it's going to be here, for these two guys to get off here on this, at least on this first 5, and really deal in a crucial game that almost feels like a playoff game. Thank you in the chat, Rob. You pull me along, Rob. I'm going to need you here right now to show everybody how we do it here on my shows, if you know what I mean. And he likes the Guardians in that one. All right, next up, the Marlins are taking on the Phils, and well, not a playoff feel, but the Phillies could, keep the momentum going here right now, and they're standing in the National League. And the Marlins always can play a little bit of spoiler here, but it does feel like, Phillies, they could get there to pass up the Brewers, probably stay ahead of the Dodgers. They might not have a ton of motivation here, but they got Sanchez going. He'll probably be able to deal here against Cabrera and the Marlins. Cabrera, though, 24 starts, 3.57 ERA, 234 batting average against. It's been as solid as you could be this season for Miami. For Sanchez, he's in the Cy Young conversation, even if it is going to be Paul Skeens here. I think all the voters are going to be afraid to try to go off of Skeens here, but Sanchez's numbers have been pretty good for sure. 13-5, 2.61 ERA, 1.1 WHIP, 233 batting average against. Let me know your comments about the Cy Young Award in the chat here. I think Sanchez will deal here against Miami. I like his innings prop here to go over. I think Phillies will continue to use Sanchez here a little bit. And I think they probably feel like they should at least give it a little bit of effort here to try to get the number one position. But it does feel like Milwaukee's, pretty much can do it even with a mediocre week. They could probably get there. But good game here, and I'll take Sanchez on his innings prop over. All right, the White Sox are going to take on the Yankees here with Smith going in 27 starts, 6-8 record, 4.06 ERA, 1.2 WHIP, 220 batting average against. It's been a promising season for this pitcher. For Luis Gil here, 9 starts, 4-1 record. Yankees are 6-3 with Gil on the mound, 3.33 ERA, 1.5 the WHIP, 237 batting average against. You got to figure Gil has some fit here in the Yankees postseason plans, but White Sox have been struggling here again. It feels like this might be the right spot to grab him with Smith at the price, because right now you got to feel the current situation for the Yankees here. Well clear, right, in the wild card, and they're 2 games back of Toronto here right now. So they're going to give it a shot here. Going to be a big favorite, obviously. Yankees won a couple in a row here. Meanwhile, the White Sox are back to, they had a little bit of a surge there, didn't they, and knocked off some teams, but feels like they're just trying to limp to the finish line here. White Sox have gone under in 8 of their last 10 games coming in. Yankees have won 5 of their last 6 overall and 7 of their last 10 games at home. Man, I just want to try the White Sox here, the run line here in this one, and I'm going to do it. I like Smith here, and it's been bad. White Sox, they're not going to win this game, but I'm going to take them here on the run line. I can't resist. What are they here? Plus 1.5 at minus maybe $1.25. Oh, that's a rough price, but I'm going to try the White Sox here on the run line. They have a little fun here on Night Moves. Thank you for joining me on my debut show here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, Night Moves, and we're going to preview the games every day. And Rob says easy game for the Yankees. Yeah, I know, but important game for the Yankees too. They're mashing along. I like Smith. Going to pick an underdog or two here somewhere on this card. All right, let's keep it going here right now. The Red Sox are on the road here, taking on the Blue Jays. We get to some important action here for sure. Red Sox are fighting for that wild card spot as well, for 2 of the wild card spots, right? You got the Red Sox, the Guardians, and the Astros. It feels like two teams battling for 3 spots. One of those teams is going home. I think the Yankees are going to be clear here. They're not going to lose a bunch of games here. They'd have to fall behind basically 2 other teams. So for the Jays, 3-game lead on top of the Mariners right now, looking good for that number 1 top spot in the American League. Alejandro Kirk here just owns Giolito. He's going to be my play. I'm going to take Kirk to hit a home run. Hopefully he's in there tomorrow. I don't think they're going to mess around here and keep the situation going. But Giolito, 10-4, 3.46 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 242 batting average against, 25 starts. You're going to get a fine effort here with Giolito for sure. Important game for both teams. Boston has more motivation for sure here, but Toronto's got their own goals as well to get that top spot. Gausman, 10-10 record, 3.38 ERA, 205 batting average against. Going to give you a crisp, clean start for sure. But, he can be a little bit shaky as well. I'm going to take Alejandro Kirk to hit a home run. Toronto does come in having lost 4 of their last 5 games, but they were on the road. They've won 6 of the last 7 games at home. Boston has lost 4 of the last 5 meetings between the 2 teams, but Boston has won 6 of the last 9 here in Toronto. And I don't know, is that the real price, $1.65? One thing we're going to do here on Night Moves is try to give you the moves. They told me to do that, and I've kind of ignored that, not on purpose. Looks like here right now, $1.65, $1.60 at Bovada, $1.60 here at the South Point in Vegas. So, all right, give me Alejandro Kirk did a home run. And thank you, Rob. Really appreciate you in the chat. He's going to take the Red Sox here. Yeah, at that price, I don't blame you. Probably roll with the Sox there too. But at that price, they certainly have, like I said, more motivation. Their situation is definitely a little bit tighter, right, when it comes to the standings right now. All right, let's keep it going here with Washington on the road with Brad Lord going up against Waldrop. Hey, Brad Lord's pretty okay, but Waldrop's been terrific, man, for the Braves. And the Braves have been kind of terrific too, but all of a sudden they got a couple of key injuries. I saw a couple key injuries here for Atlanta late, kind of bumming me out a little bit because of their hot run. I mean, we know they fell short of the playoffs here, but James Wood, he missed last night's game for Washington, and then we saw Ozzie Albies. I think it's a fracture. I think he's done for the season. Bummer there, and also. Acuna did get hit, but I don't know if they were throwing at him or what was going on. So a little bit of a bummer here. Looks like a few injuries here for both teams coming in. So that might limit things for the teams offensively, it feels like. Lord can be pretty decent. 4.18 ERA, 1.3 whip, 257 batting average against. Nothing special, but Waldrop's been special. 5-1 record in 8 starts. The Braves are 6-2 with Waldrop on the mound. Looks like a fixture here in the future for the Braves. I mean, they're nearly a $2 favorite here in this one. For Waldrop, 220 batting average against, 258, 285 BABIP, so pretty good numbers there as well for Waldrop. He's been very, very solid. Atlanta's won 9 in a row now coming in, although they've been doing it on the road too. They actually are 3-6 their last 9 at home, but Washington's lost the last 5 games of these guys, and if Wood misses again, we'll see. Washington's lost 6 of their last 8. I'll go under here in this one with Washington, Atlanta, especially if it's 9 coming in. I'll take it under here with these two. See if there's a problem there with this lineup here. I don't think Acuna is going to miss time. They just hit him in the butt. All right, Mets here and the Cubs. Going all right. We're talking playoffs again here with Peterson going up against Horton in this one. Huge game here for especially the Mets. What a ride it's been right now. But right now they're sitting right on the cusp, tied with the Reds. Both teams, just 6 games left. Mets, they're starting to win a couple here and there. We know the Reds are red hot right now. That's got to be putting the pressure on the Mets here. And Drew Peterson going in this one. Peterson 9-6 with a 3.98 ERA, 1.33 the whip. Horton here 11-4 record. Cubs are 14-7 with Horton on the mound, 2.66 ERA, 109 the whip. But like I said, the Mets might be feeling this pressure, but the Cubs have no pressure. I mean, it would seem to me that the Cubs are going to finish as the home team in the series with the Padres, the home field advantage with the series of the Padres. It's almost locked in. Maybe the Padres could switch it and they'd have to go on a roll and the Cubs would have to lose a few, but I think the Cubs would be hosting the Padres in the playoffs. And maybe that takes a little bit of motivation away from the Cubs, and maybe Peterson can be good enough here to try to get these guys a win right now, because it's been a problem here for sure of late for the New York Mets. Mets are 4-11 in their last 15 games, lost 6 straight on the road. Cubs have dropped 4 of their last 5. The Cubs have actually lost 5 of the last 7 meetings with the Mets. Mets have had the better of the run here of late. So Cubs have gone over in 4 of their last 6 at home here. I'm going to take, say, a Suzuki here to I'm going to take him to go deep against Peterson. I'm going to take Suzuki to hit a home run as a prop play in this one. Next up, we got the Twins taking on the Rangers here. Rangers, we know that their situation right now is okay here. They've got to win them all here, but they can't win a game. So tough blow to go on a 7-game losing streak just at the wrong time. Now they'd have to turn it completely around and get some help here. So Zebby Matthews on the mound here for the Twins. He's 4-6 with a 5.97 ERA, 10-4 to the over is Zebby with that 380 BABIP. It's been rugged here for Zebby for sure. We've had our share of fun talking about him on some of these shows. For Corbin here, 4.33 ERA, 7-10 record, but man, it just feels like these Rangers have just squandered it there with those head-to-head with those series in the division. That's where they've blown it here right now. Texas has dropped now 7 straight. They've also dropped 13 of the last 17 games overall at home against Minnesota. One of the weirdest runs here. Minnesota, though, has dropped 8 of their last 11 on the road. They've lost 5 of their last 6. These teams can't get out of their own way. So give me Buxton here against Texas. Give me Buxton at a home run tomorrow against Patrick Corbin. That's what I'm going to do. Give me Byron Buxton. All right, next up, we've got let me see here. We got the Royals on the road here going up against the Angels in this one. Cole Reagans has been back here, came back, and take a look at this matchup. But, we're done with these teams too. We're going to preview them all every day here pretty much on Night Moves. Royals, again, they're not completely out of it. I think they need to win them all and get everybody else to lose them all or something like that. For Cole Reagans here, 11 starts, 2-3 record, 5.16 ERA. Aldeguerri's just going to be in here probably as an opener. I probably won't even be the starter. That's one of the things there on Night Moves. I'm pretty good on the pitching and checking to see who's going to be the pitchers, and I'll try to do the best I can on some of these. But Aldeguerri, he might not even be the starter here by the time the morning rolls around, but he'll be in the game for sure in this one. He'd probably go here, a left-hander going. Got an ERA over 10. He'll just serve a couple of innings up here, and we'll get on with this one. Kansas City has lost 5 of their last 7 on the road, but the Angels have dropped 9 of 10, and everyone's making jokes about Mike Trout's 400th home run on the internet, how none of them have ever counted. Angels have dropped 8 of their last 12 games at home. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but the Royals have gone over in 7 of their last 9 games coming into this one. But who's to be trusted laying something on the road here right now? Maybe the Angels can come through here. I'll try the under in this one with KC and the Angels. Under is my play here on Night Moves. All right, next up. All right, Brewers are on the road here against the Padres, and, we'll piece it together here a little bit. I think it's going to be Myers going here for Milwaukee. Now, he could just serve some of the time in there as well. I don't think the Brewers have been close to announcing who is going to be their starter here in this one, especially after extra innings last night. In fact, Night Moves will air usually at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, at 2 a.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Pacific. And we'll try to get it on the air as soon as we can from there. But it could be if a game runs late. We're going to try to wait till all the games are wrapped up before we get on the air and get going with the next day's action. So that one went a little bit late with the Padres winning it in 11 innings and getting a key win for them, probably to kind of secure their spot. Like I said, I don't think they're going to move any here in the playoff position. But Milwaukee might actually have the slightly more important motivation. They have a 2.5 game lead over the Phillies right now, and I don't know if the Padres are going to shake out of that position at all. So Milwaukee did give them a battle and led most of the game, but the Padres came back to get the win last night. For the Brewers here, they'll have either Myers, could be Zimmerman in there as well. Maybe it'll be Zimmerman, could be an opener against the Padres lineup here. For the Padres, they'll have Strandy Vasquez going in this one. Of course, Vasquez, a near 4 ERA, but only a 267 BABIP. Doesn't strike out a lot, but man, he loads the bases and gets out of it, doesn't he? 25 starts, 5-7 record. He's 8-17 to the under this season, and yesterday just 7 runs produced. Brewers know what they're doing in this situation, I think, with their pitching. I always thought all season the Brewers had some of the best rotation arms. It's kind of broken down here a little bit towards the end. Mizorowski really hasn't panned out to be an overwhelming pitcher. How he'll be involved in the playoffs is yet to be seen, I think. They've certainly got some hot arms in there as well that can handle the playoffs, but I was just worried about Milwaukee because they always pull an El Foldo, but maybe this time it'll work out. Milwaukee has lost 6 of their last 7 on the road. They've also lost 6 of the last 8 games to the Padres. Padres have won 6 of their last 9. They've gone over in 10 of their last 14 games against the Brewers here. Brewers and Padres have gone over in 5 of the last 6 meetings here in San Diego. I'm going to go over here, though, in this one with the Brewers and the Padres on Tuesday night. All right, next up, the Dodgers are on the road taking on the Diamondbacks. Shohei Ohtani goes here. And one thing I'd said here, and I'll rehash it a little bit. Some of you may have heard me say the same thing over and over, but not as much here on the Tony's Picks channel. Yeah, maybe we have on some of the shows, but I'd always said that Ohtani would make a much better closer than he would, a starting pitcher here at this point. If you're trying to save this guy instead of running him out there and trying to stretch those ligaments again, but we'll see. Big favorite here against the Diamondbacks, but a huge game nonetheless for Arizona here. They are just 1 game back of the Reds and the Mets in the wild card chase. The National League is going to be fun this week with these teams for sure. Dodgers probably going to finish in 3rd place. They're trying to hold off the Padres still for the division title. A little bit maybe too far behind the Phillies to pass them up. Barring unforeseen circumstances or a losing streak in there by someone. But Arizona, just 1 game back here right now. They've won 2 straight coming in. They have fought on here, and, we can make fun of him, but he certainly has been a little bit better here of late, particularly at home. He is 13-8, 5 ERA, 281 batting average against. I can't sell you overall on his season, but he has proven to be just a little bit better here. But I'll tell you what, Mookie destroys him. So give me Mookie for a home run in this one on Tuesday. Ohtani, 13 starts, but just a 1-1 record. That just goes to show you he doesn't always even get through his 5 innings necessarily. 3.29 ERA, 227 batting average against. He is still awesome. But there'll be a tough one here. Probably Arizona, like I said, fighting for their lives right now. And LA might think that they, in the back of their minds, know that they're going to be the 3rd place finisher in the National League and host that wild card series. Could it be the Mets? Could it be the Reds? Could it be these Arizona Diamondbacks? All right, San Francisco here. Next up, we've got. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get one more here. We're talking about them all. We can't forget the Mariners on the first show. We're not going to forget any teams, but the Mariners are in a big-time situation here right now in their role as a division leader. And, man, have they been awesome over the last several weeks here now, back on another hot streak with another 4-game winning streak here right now. The Rockies, hey, they won't end up being the worst team of all time, I guess. I don't think, but still pretty tall order here no matter who is on the mound. Could be Brown for Colorado, and we've had our share. Everybody's made fun of poor downtown Brown. They've lost all 5 of his starts, a 9.1 1.17 ERA, 209 whip, 320 batting average against. Seattle's going to be a huge favorite here, no matter how you look at it. Let me see if I can get any line out there right now as we're here on Night Moves, tracking all the lines. But I really don't see any major books here with the line out just yet. I mean, you're going to be dealing 275, I'm sure, here with Miller. And the Mariners. I'll still take the run line. I'll take the Mariners to get another win here. I might try to mess around with the White Sox, but I'm not going to mess around with the Rockies and downtown Brown right now. I'm going to go with Seattle on the run line, if you don't mind. Not a lot of info here in this one, but I would say that if this is the match, no matter what the matchup is, you're going to be looking at we know a massive favorite with Seattle here, and total probably be right there in the 8.5 under range there, maybe 8. Yeah, probably 8.5 under 25, 8 over 25, right in there, I would think. Couple more here in the major leagues. We got Cardinals and Andre Palante on the mound here. He's up against Logan Webb. Palante, 6-15 record. The Cardinals are 11-19 with Palante on the mound. 5.4 ERA, 1.44 whip. 271 batting average against for Webb here. 14-11, 3.27 ERA, 264 batting average against for the Cardinals here. They've actually won 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams. Giants have lost 8 of their last 10 overall coming in. Giants have gone over in 9 of their last 12 meetings with St. Louis. They've also gone over in 8 of their last 10 games at home. I'm going to take Matt Chapman here to go over on his total bases in this one. I'll take Chapman against Palante here on Tuesday night. And one more in the major leagues. It's going to be Christian Javier and the Astros going up against the Braves, the A's here, and Springs, my Las Vegas A's here. I come to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. All right. Javier here, 7 starts, a 2-3 record, 4.45 ERA, 1.23 whip for Springs, 10-11 record, 14-15 are the A's with Springs on the mound. He's done a pretty good job here. A's have been kind of a spoiler. You figure anyway they're a threat at any time, given how well their offense has done. I think the A's have overachieved this year, that first year in West Sacramento. If they could finish anywhere 10 games under 500, I think that would be a successful season given the forecast for this team. And it seems like they're starting to do it the right way. So I'll give them a chance here in this one against Javier, but Houston needs it so bad with that tie right now with the Guardians. They'll be playing at peak observation, if you will. Houston has actually lost 5 straight games to the Athletics coming in. A's have won 4 of their last 5 at home and 7 of their last 10. They're ready to play spoiler, it feels like here. Houston's gone under in 5 of their last 7 on the road. The A's have gone under in 9 of their last 13. I know a lot of times we like to go over in this stadium, but I'm going to try the under here on Night Moves. All right. Appreciate that. That's a look at the Major League Baseball action for Tuesday. And really appreciate you, Rob, in the chat for being my chatter here. We got a couple dozen of you here watching live. Going to preview the games in the WNBA tonight here with the Mercury taking on the Liberty here in this, the Lynx, the Liberty. Yeah, right. We're in the semifinals here, and man, going to have to deal with some action here in these 2 games in the WNBA with 5-game series here. So first off, we're going to take a look at this one with the Mercury and the Lynx. Mercury here, trail 1-0 in this series right now after the first game. And the Lynx do have a key injury here of late. Dejanay Carrington will miss the remainder of the season. Now, she didn't join the Lynx until late in the season. In fact, the Lynx were playing pretty well and without her, but they dealt got her in from Dallas, and she was doing a pretty good job, but she is out right now, so that will mix things up a little bit here for Minnesota. She was out the last game as well, so it's nothing unexpected here. Mercury have had a great season for sure. The Lynx sort of the obvious favorite here to win the championship, especially now that the Aces are down 1-0 in the other series against the Fever. So for the Lynx here, look, 7.5 point favorite, but the Mercury, Alyssa Thomas, look, I know she's up against Collier, and okay, Asia Wilson won the MVP. I'm not saying that Collier's playing with any chip on her shoulder or anything like that. She's already one of the best defensive players, I think, in the league, and Wilson won that award too. But Alyssa Thomas can have a big game, I would think. She pretty much went off in that last game in the 69-82 loss. I mean, it ended up being 13 points, but wasn't because of Thomas. I mean, she went 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. And playing great, but man, Minnesota really did the damage in that game. I mean, Collier, 18 points, 9 rebounds in the game. I'm gonna try Phoenix in this one to just stay in there and make a game of this, getting the points. I know that Minnesota pulled away there in the last one and got that win, but I'm going to try the Mercury here in this one. All right, the Fever taking on the Aces here tonight, and what a performance by the Fever. Can you believe what they did? And the mojo of this team, right, to come in and win that first game. Now, will there be a letdown? I don't know if there will. It feels like this is where, and I heard Ron talk about it all year, but I think this Indiana coaching staff, look how they've kept this together the whole time, and the unity that this team has. The bench mob. Hey, everybody's got a bench mob. What's so special about your bench mob? But we know what's special right now with this Indiana Fever team. I mean, Lexi Hull. I mean, obviously Kelsey Mitchell, terrific. And Aaliyah Boston, she's really coming through big time. But Lexi Hull, clutch in the key moments. And Sims doing a nice job as well, going through all these injuries they've had all year. Remember Las Vegas at the beginning of the year, they weren't covering anything. They were struggling just to stay above 500. Then they started to kick it in gear here. I'm not saying the schedule was a little bit easier. They certainly went ahead and beat the other top teams too, but they didn't always cover against those. And right now, it feels like Indiana's a championship contender, obviously, with a 1-game-to-none lead. If you like Las Vegas right now, get them at this price. But I got to take the Fever here in this one. Give me Indiana plus the 9 against the Aces. And in here again, I'm not going to sprinkle the money line, but they're looking good and a lot of momentum, a lot of fun. The storyline's there. No Caitlin Clark pretty much all season now, all second half. And, they're still playing great and keeping it going. All right, that's pretty much the show here on Night Moves. We'll go over other games and other events that are being covered on Tony'sPicks.com, including today. I don't think we're booking them yet, but NHL preseason, there are some action out there. Just want to let everybody know the preseason is underway. Some great games there last night. And soccer is highlighted by La Liga today with 4 games. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and check out all of our selections over there with all of our cappers. You can see there. You could just go to the upcoming games tab and you'll see all the different sports that our cappers have to offer and all the picks that are into the system underway from all the cappers. So they go in chronological order. You can find the capper of your choice in the time frame order and get signed up. Don't forget the 2-for-1 capper promotion over at Tony's Picks. You get 2 handicappers for the price of 1. You can team me up with any of our cappers over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, that's going to do it. Really appreciate you joining me here for this first show. Like I said, I really would love your audience participation. Next time, bring your picks and be ready for the overnight action here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Of course, all of our other great programming as well throughout the day. You got Tony's Roundups, you got the happy hour with Rod. You got the other shows of the 2-3 zone as well, and all the cappers with their uh, promo videos and their special bets videos here on the channel as well. All right, thank you everyone for joining me here for Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Ramon Scott, and we'll see you nightly here on Night Moves at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific, or within that hour, if you know what I mean. I'm notoriously late, so just be ready right there at 2 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific. You catch me on the replays here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow here on Night Moves.